You're watching National Streaming Sports. Over 20 podcasts, 70 shows, and a 3.5-star rating on Roku TV. Check out nessp.info for direct links and deals on the site Bet Us for 125% off your first 3 deposits in NFL and college odds for upcoming games, Major League Baseball and NBA futures, and boxing wagers. Also, check out Fanatics, sportswear for your favorite teams, and also network merchandise, retro, Northeast Streaming Sports, National Streaming Sports, Big Football, and the Mac and Jack Sports Show t-shirts. Coffee mugs are coming soon. Check it out.
I mean, you can see right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboy fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face. Oh, from Brooklyn. Hey, guys, any...
NFL Download with the Mac Man and J Train.
In 13 when he took over. So 1 year wouldn't have been enough.
And he went down. And he went down 1-15. And he went down to 1-15. And then if he didn't get that draft, who knows what he would have been? And Tom Landry would have never been the coach of the Cowboys. He got worse. He got worse. He got worse. The team got worse under him in the beginning.
The first year.
The first wrong thing you're saying. The first wrong thing you're saying is them. The Raiders are ready to win. Ready to win what? What are the Raiders ready to win?
They're
going to win the division. They're going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wait, they did.
They're going to beat the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs.
Wait.
He's a football coach. He's a leader of guys that are knocking each other's heads off. What is he supposed to tell you? Sing kumbaya and hold hands and just sit around and play duck goose? I mean, what are you supposed to do? It's football, man. I mean, he's trying to motivate you, and he really didn't want him. I agree with you. He didn't want him. But that's not his guy. I mean, this is a business. So, I mean, I'm telling you, like, look, you're not the guy that I want. I mean, I don't think you're good. I think you're not the right person for this team. Man up and say, okay, maybe I am the man for this team. I don't.
NFL Download, your first look at Sunday's games on the real. Yes, sir. Let's bring it up, James. And J Train was on a tear on the National Professional Sports Show, talking about, of course, Tua. And I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name. Tagovailoa. There you go. Anyway, yes, Tua is out for 8 weeks. And of course, that was me talking about the Raiders. I feel a little vindicated tonight, James. Last week, I'm like, they just beat the Ravens. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then they turn around, and right now, holy good God, look out. The Panthers are up on the Raiders 36-15 with Dalton at quarterback. Right now we have the Seahawks up 24-3 on the Dolphins. The Niners 24-17 over the Rams. The Lions 20-10. These are all in the fourth quarter, folks. The Ravens are manhandling the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys just brought it down to the goal line. Is that right? It's 28-6 right now. The Ravens. It looks like the Cowboys are going to be going in for a touchdown. But anyway, there it is. Dak Prescott just went over. So that is now 28-12 pending the extra point. So there's only how much time we got left with the Ravens and Cowboys? There's still a lot of time. It looks like 9:53 if I'm not mistaken, or 8:53.
Yes, at 9:34. It would have to be a tremendous unraveling of epic proportions.
Yes. And as we've talked about before in the past, Lamar Jackson, since he's become a Raven quarterback, he's like 15-1 against the NFC. I remember they blew out the Lions last year. It was just 45 to something. I mean, they just destroyed them. And, it goes to show that there are some quarterbacks that if they were in the NFC on a good team, they would go to Super Bowl. I think if Lamar Jackson was on the 49ers, the Eagles, maybe even the Cowboys, the Lions, the Packers, any one of those teams would end up going to the Super Bowl. He's that much of a freak of nature. He's that much that can when something breaks down. I don't think Lamar Jackson is going to be the greatest quarterback of all time. But I do think that he is such a tremendous force on the football field that when everything's going wrong, he makes it look right. Right? I mean, if the protection breaks down, he runs. He gets the first down. If he's being chased, he runs out, he throws the ball, it's a first down. He just has a way of doing that. You have to control him. But now, James, with Derrick Henry in there right now as their feature running back, and they give him the ball a little bit, God help anybody now. Because now they got a strong running game with both the guys that opens up the passing game and blah, blah, blah. So it just looks good today for the Ravens anyway.
I don't know if this is an indictment of how good the run game and the escape expertise of Lamar Jackson is, and having Derrick Henry at his helm is, or if it's really Dallas is just regressed totally in their defense, man. Because this is just, I mean, they just coming off a pretty bad run defensive effort against the Saints, and now here they go, they're getting railroaded again. But
yeah.
I mean, again, the game's not over, but hats off. They look like they're on their way to a victory for the Baltimore Colts. Hats off to them and giving Derrick Henry more carries, allowing him to be him. You said it a couple weeks ago that he needs to have more carries, and I think they must have heard you. They're watching NFL Download, watching it in SSP. They said we got to listen to that guy Mac. So Derrick a few more carries.
You know, Dallas has a good pass rush, right? We know that. Dallas, you got the Lion over there. I think that's what he calls himself anyway, that likes to crawl around the ground after he gets a sack. And number 90, I'm trying to remember his name real quick for the Dallas Cowboys, James.
Lawrence?
Yeah, Lawrence. He's a great pass rusher. I mean, they got pass rushers, but they don't have the size inside. And we said this in the beginning of the year, if you remember on the Big Football Show. They have problems. They don't have the big bodies to stop the run. They don't have the big linebackers, right, to come in there and fill them holes against these big guys. And if you don't have that, you're going to be susceptible, I'm saying that wrong, to the run. And Green Bay showed them last year. There's a blueprint. The Saints exposed them. And right now, Baltimore's exposing them too. Anybody that plays the Cowboys is going to run at them. And if they can't stop it, they're going to lose. And so there has to be some kind of adjustment. I don't even know if they can make an adjustment right now. I don't know. It might be too late.
Yeah, and they didn't make any adjustments in the offseason to get players that would help their defense in stopping the run. So like you said, guys just aren't big anymore. Remember a guy for the Pittsburgh Steelers by the name of Levon Kirkland?
Yes.
I mean, how big he was, man. And I mean, just a really big guy. Linebackers aren't that big anymore. They're not right. 260, 270 anymore.
Well, don't look now, but Dallas just recovered an onside kick.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So now they have the ball. That went right through the Ravens' hands team there on the side. Of course, they had to announce it, which I don't know why they have to announce onside kicks. They don't in college, but I guess in pros they do, because I guess the pros will get hurt more than the college players will. I'm not sure. But anyway, they did just recover the ball. Dallas has the ball back with 8:51, still time left in the game. And let's see if the Cowboys come out to comeback.
That is very interesting, Matt, because now the rules have changed to where you can't do any onside kicks until what, the fourth quarter?
Right.
Yeah. Wow. And here they are, the first team to do one.
Yeah.
And this is very early.
Yes. And you have to tell the other team you're doing it too, right? In college, you don't. College, it doesn't matter. They don't care. College, you have to.
They told the team that they had to tell the team they were doing it?
You have to announce to the team, the referee,
yes.
that you are kicking the onside kick. So the Ravens know. And they still didn't recover it.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
It is. So, anyway, there's a catch made by number 1 over there right now. Dallas is 1st and 10 on the Ravens' 45-yard line. So, Jesus. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm watching the game instead of doing the show. Anyway, yes, and so let's cover today's games, the early games. Pittsburgh beats the Chargers with 10 points in the fourth quarter. Fields has a 5-yard touchdown run. He throws a 55-yard bomb for a touchdown. Herbert leaves in the fourth quarter. I guess he has a problem with his ankle. They said that before the game. And Heineke goes in, he really can't do anything. So the Steelers go to 3-0, and the Chargers, a defensive battle, which it was. We thought it would be. But Pittsburgh comes out on top again, James, and this time they scored a couple touchdowns. Watch out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Mike Tomlin is put in a good game plan for Justin Fields. And Justin Fields says at the end of the game that he's feeling comfortable. He's feeling like he doesn't have to think as much. He can be calm in the pocket. And I guess it looks like it too. And he's playing his game the way he plays it. I mean, he doesn't have to hold the ball too long. He just does what Mike Tomlin playing the RPO game. And he threw some strikes down the field to George Pickens and then the other guy. I forgot the other wide receiver's name, but he actually looked pretty decent. This is the battle of the Justins. Unfortunately, one of them went out in the third quarter, and then I think that made the difference in the game. But neither team – well, that's not true. I think the Steelers' defense might have been a little bit better against the run because the Steelers had a little bit better running performance.
Yes, yeah, I would agree. When you have a quarterback that can run like Fields does, you've got to use that to your advantage, right? And Tomlin's going to use that to his advantage. He's just going to do that. And if he's going to run, they can't just go back and not look at the quarterback. You know, in the old days when you have a pocket quarterback, you turn your back, you cover the receivers. You can't do that with Fields. You got to have somebody at least, eyeing him, or they have to be aware that he can run at any time. It's hard to cover people when you got to watch out for the quarterback. So Dallas right now on the 15-yard line, James, that just almost threw an interception. So that was anyway. They have a problem in the red zone. That's Dallas's big problem. They can drive the ball, but they can't get in the end zone. As you see, 28-12. That's their problem right now. So we'll see if they can get it in here. But anyway, so Fields. The question is now, does Russell Wilson see the field at all this year? I mean, if Fields keeps playing this way, I mean, they're going to lose a couple games. But if he keeps playing this way, does Russell Wilson even get a chance to play this year?
Russell Wilson may not see the field because of Justin Fields.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, because he's playing the game. And you don't what is the old saying? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah. I mean, at this juncture right now, you just need to let him continue to play and continue to roll. I mean, if they're rolling with him, that's what, most teams would do that. And Russell is just a good backup right now. If something happens or at some point you're in a situation where you have a luxury. You have two quarterbacks at your helm that both can be serviceable. I think both can be serviceable. One might be a little bit better, but you're not going to, again, rush Russell Wilson back, and you may not bring him back. But if something starts happening to where Justin Fields starts digressing or regressing, then you pull him out and you give the opportunities to Russell Wilson. Yes,
I agree. Dallas did score a touchdown. They went for 2 points, James, and didn't get it. So it's now 28-18. I don't know why they didn't kick the field goal right here. I mean, the extra point and make it 28-19. No, it wouldn't matter. They could get 2 points now, 2 points later. But Dak gave it a good shot, scramble around, falling down, but he couldn't connect with the receiver. So now it is 28-18.
So a two-score possession lead.
Yes. CeeDee Lamb was all alone, but Dak didn't have a shot to get it to him. He was under pressure. So Tolbert, number one, Tolbert gets the touchdown. Now 28-18. Let's see if Dallas tries another onside kick. We'll see. Anyway, so it's not over yet in Dallas, folks. Chicago goes up against the Colts. Despite Richardson's bad performance, Jonathan Taylor runs for 110 yards. Caleb Williams throws for 366 yards. 2 TDs, but 2 interceptions, James. Again, he's improving a little bit. Indiana, the Colts do have a good defense, but he can't turn the ball over. And that's what he's doing. He's either got to throw the ball away and stop trying to extend plays and trying to make these throws that he could make in college, maybe. You can't make them here in the pros. So he's got to realize that and played a little bit better. Not as good as an offense he went up against. Maybe if he plays a real good team, they lose, 35-16. I don't know. The Bears defense did decent against a bad Colts offense. But again, Chicago drops to 1-2, James.
I don't know, Mac. I'm gonna have to raise my poster up a little bit again and, and show him up to his chest because he's showing his chest a little bit here. So what I'm gonna say is one of those interceptions was not his fault. It was in the breast basket in his receiver's hands, and maybe he threw it too hard. Maybe it was his fault. I'm not sure, but it was right. He was under duress. He threw it to the guy. It was in Roma Dunze's hand, and it bounced out of his hands and right into the defender's hands. One of them, the other one was egregious. He threw to the corner over there, and the cornerback just read it and got it.
Right.
But I've seen some really good strikes that he was throwing down the field, man, to his guys. So I think there's improvement, but at the same time, you're right. They're playing the Indianapolis Colts, so it remains to be seen. And they have a really decent defense. So I don't know. I don't foresee them. I think things are going to flip around. I think I see Minnesota and Green Bay, and then perhaps it depends on how the Lions do. They look a little streaky. I've had Lions winning their division, but I don't know. Minnesota is pretty rough.
Yeah, Minnesota looks good right now. Maybe they're coming out too fast too. I don't know. Lions right now are up 20-13 over the Cardinals. So the Cardinals inching a little closer. The Rams are it's unbelievable that the Rams are staying with the 49ers. 49ers only winning 24-17. The Seahawks have just beat the Dolphins 24-3. So, let's not talk about any quarterback could play with these great wide receivers. All right. Everybody, you could play quarterback and you would win with the Dolphins wide receivers. No, that's not how it works, folks. You got to be a professional quarterback. I'm sorry. That's the way it works. They don't have a starting professional quarterback over there right now. So they're going to struggle. We don't know what's going to happen with Tua, whether he's done. He's at least out for 8 games. We found out that their backup that they played cannot play quarterback. He can run with the ball, but he can't play quarterback. So anyway, it looks like the Panthers, the Raiders got another touchdown. It's 36-22, but they're running out of 56 seconds. The Panthers have won that game. There's no doubt about that. But the Cardinals are still alive. The Rams, they have the ball with 1:54 left with Matt Stafford.
Who knows? Good coaching. But Matt, going back to what you said about Miami, it'd be interesting to find out if they were one of those teams that was interested in Bryce Young. It could be.
But do you think that would help Miami right now with Bryce Young?
Look at Malik Willis.
Yes.
So it's always a possibility.
Bryce Young isn't the same quarterback as Tua, right? Bryce is not as accurate as Tua. He's as Dalton is showing everybody right now. His confidence is shot. I don't think he would be good right now. Maybe if he went there and maybe hung out for a while. If they could get somebody like if Miami, and I don't know why they didn't get Tannehill, he must have pissed off Miami. I don't know what happened there, and I don't know why Tannehill isn't there right now. He would have been there. Maybe he wants too much money. I don't know. But if Miami's not going to bring in a quality quarterback, they're not going to win. Their season's over. So even if Tua comes back after 8 games, and why would he? I don't know why he would. The Miami season's over. So anyway, so that's that. James, the Dolphins did lose big time. Right now it's 28-18 with 5:10 left. Dallas has the ball at their 12-yard or their 17-yard line right now. So they're trying to. No, what happened was I think there was some kind of turnover for Baltimore, down by the end zone there. Something happened where Dallas got the ball back. So there's 5 minutes left. Dallas is still alive in that game. And as I said, there's 2:20. The Lions now have the ball with 2-minute warning. So if they can just run the ball, they might be able to do that. The Rams just tied it up, James, 24-24. Sam Darnold. I mean, not Sam Darnold. I mean,
Matt Stafford.
Thank you, Matt Stafford. You got to give it to the man. The man can do something with nothing. That's who Miami would need. Matt Stafford. Then they'd win the Super Bowl this year, right? So anyway, there you go. They tied up the Niners, and of course, we all know the Niners have key players out today.
Yes,
yes. Debo, McCaffrey, and Kittle are out. So this is like the war of the walking wounded. But 24-24 is a big score. You know, I don't think a lot of people thought it'd be that many points. So you've got 48 points so far. So let's get back to 1 o'clock games. Houston. I mean, we all thought Houston with their defensive coach would make it tough on Sam Darnold. But Sam Darnold made it tough on Houston as he threw for 3 touchdowns. And statistically, believe it or not, Houston won statistically. They had 296 yards to the Minnesota's 274 yards. CJ Stroud threw 2 interceptions. He was under duress the whole game. The Minnesota defense was so underrated coming into this year. I think they're starting to open eyes. Again, they're 3-0. Nobody saw that coming, James. Nobody saw that coming.
Not at all. To me, they're playing a team that they're mirroring. I mean, last year's team in Houston. Now they look like the new darlings of the NFL right now because they're undefeated. They're dominating on defense, and Darnold is having a renaissance in a resurgence in his career. I mean, he really it's almost even hard to even call it a renaissance or resurgence. It's like a newfound beginning because his whole career he hadn't really done much at all. Not like this.
No.
Not like
when
this.
When he's with the Jets, and again, we'll talk about coaching again. When he was with the Jets, right? The coaches, they were changing coaches every year. They're changing, they're changing offensive coordinators as long as they're changing coaches. He goes to the Panthers, a bad situation for anybody, as we're finding out, unless your name's Andy Dalton. And then he ends up leaving there, taking a break with San Francisco. Maybe catches his breath again, right? And kind of sits down, watches the San Francisco do their thing. Then he goes over to Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy's hurt. Guaranteed it's his job. And listen, I mean, it's just like Geno Smith. Geno Smith, same thing, right? I mean, if you think about it, Geno Smith had his resurgence with Seattle. And let's see what he did. He went, he didn't do two. He went 26 for 34, 289 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. So
not a great game, but not a bad game.
No. But, of course, Skylar Thompson went 13 for 19 for 107 yards. So I'm thinking that the defense did some things here. 2 touchdowns for the running back. Okay, there you go. 18 carries, 91 yards. You can run on Miami's defense. There's no doubt about
and that was Zach Charbonnet, right? They didn't have Kenneth Walker.
4 yards and 1 touchdown. Tyreek Hill owns. Yes. And Tyreek Hill only had 3 receptions for 40 yards. So you got to have somebody to throw to him, right? Like they used to tease Jones, right, with the Giants. They got to have somebody to throw to their new thing. Well, same thing here, right? So, the running game for Seattle did their thing today. And Metcalf got hit with that 1 big touchdown. You know what I saw? I'm watching the game. DK Metcalf catches the ball, and here's 2 defenders right around him. And he starts running, and they don't even dive in his legs, nothing. It's like, okay, you caught the ball, run for a touchdown. I don't understand the effort sometimes. I mean, I don't know if they would have stopped him or not, but you take a chance, right? Take a shot. I mean, me playing safety, the guy catches the ball, and he's right near me, maybe a step away or 2 steps away. I'm going to jump at the guy's legs and try to stop him. It's like DK Metcalf actually slowed down to catch the ball. He catches the ball. I know he's fast, but he had to slow down. And here come all the Miami Dolphins defensive defensive backs or linebacker or whatever was there. And it's like they didn't even try to stop him. Let me get it.
The effort is not like it used to be, man. It's not. I mean, you didn't let a guy score a touchdown at all. You were at least making an effort, even if you missed. You were going for the shoestrings or something. You were trying to get that guy down. It's just not there like it used to be.
I mean, it just looked like it was just like, okay, you caught it, you can run. There's a touchdown, and they're like running behind him. It remind me of like in midget football, the little guys, there's like playing tag. Okay, you run by me and I'll chase you. That's what it just. I don't get it. Devon Achene, 11 carries, 30 yards. So the Seattle defense played. They knew that Miami had to run the ball. They knew that. So they played it exactly right. So now Seattle Seahawks are 3-0. Who saw that coming?
No, not me at all.
They're in first place. They're in first place right now. So, wow, that's crazy. So anyway, so that's set. It's down to 2 minutes. Detroit 2013 2-minute warning. Like I said, the Lions have the ball, and the 49ers have the ball at 1:08 left at 24-24. Right now, Dallas has the ball. Fourth quarter, 2:58 left. It's 3rd and 10 for Dallas. Time's running out. Time is running out right now. I mean,
what's the score?
It's 28-18. They might try for a field goal. Did you see the field goal kicker hit a 58-yarder? Or no, a 65-yarder? Dallas?
I'm not surprised because he kicked like a 66-yarder in preseason. So
yeah, he hit a 65. He hit a 65-yarder. I don't know why they're not kicking the field goal right now, and they need to get 2 scores. Right, there's touchdown Dallas. Wow,
they scored.
Wow, Jay. Yes.
Wow, this is a meltdown.
Yes. Baltimore is starting to fall apart. Jerry Jones is getting excited right now, guys. He actually stood up. 2:53 left. They're down by 4. And Baltimore's like, what are we doing? Now, remember, this happened to him the last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Kansas City came back and beat him. Yeah. I mean,
are they getting too conservative just to try to preserve the score?
I'm not sure what's going on here, except that Dak is hanging in there doing Dak. I tell you, Dak's a good quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. Anybody can make fun of Dak all they want.
Yes.
I mean, this is
Dak threw for 363
so far. They can't run, so he's got to throw. So right now, it's only a 3-point game with 2 minutes left. I don't know how. I think Dallas has all their timeouts too.
Yes, they do. Both teams do, though.
Yeah. All right, Dallas is back in this game, folks. Wow, interesting. Very interesting.
So they're down by 4 points.
Down by 3.
Oh, did they finally they scored an extra point?
I would think that's what they're going, because they're so that's 3 points. 28.
That's unreal. I have to blame the coach on that. I mean, how do you even
28-6? It is now 28-25. Wow. Lamar Jackson's getting nervous over here. If they lose this game, they're going to freak. Everybody's going to freak out on Baltimore.
He doesn't have pressure. I mean, he can't handle the pressure either. I see that, Lamar Jackson.
No.
Not in the big moments like this.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay, so that's
they got to run the ball. They got to give Derrick Henry the ball.
I agree.
Dallas doesn't have a good run defense. They got to run the ball.
I agree. Baltimore, the kickoff return, he's got to the outside, but he's not going anywhere. All right, so we'll get back to the games. I get something to brag about is my Giants beat up the Cleveland Browns. They went up 21-0. It's not as close. It ended up 21-15. It's not as close as the score is, to tell you the truth. They sacked Watson 7 times. And let's see what else we got here. Daniel Jones, 24 for 34, 236 yards and 2 touchdowns. Singletary, he had 65 yards and a touchdown. He could have scored another one, but he stopped at the goal line. And you wait your turn down there, Sonia. I'm talking about my Giants right now. I'll let you in here in a minute. So anyway, the
Don't forget the neighbors too.
Yeah, Neighbors had 2 touchdowns he caught, reception 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. Watson did throw for a couple touchdowns to Cooper late, but again, the Giants could have scored a touchdown there. They fumbled the ball at the 50. They missed an open pass. I mean, this could have been a run shoot thing here. So Dallas is all excited right now. The Giants get their first win, and Dallas is only down by 3. With 2:44 left, and Baltimore has the ball, 1st and 10, and it looks like up at their 20-yard line. Interesting. So let's bring Sonia, who's bragging right now because they won 1 game with Andy Dalton. Of course, what was she? I think she bet against teams the last 2 weeks, so she's all excited now. Let's bring her up. Let her have her say. What's going on, Sonia?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Listen, I didn't even know y'all started at 7. I would have already been on here. I just did a little. Panthers win. Andy Dalton's the only 300-yard quarterback scoring right now in the league for this season. And I just
that's not true.
I'm gonna ride with you,
Sonia.
300 yards for the season. 300 yards for the season. Please look it up. It's been all over stuff already.
Sonia, there's a lot of quarterbacks that threw for 300 yards even today. I mean,
I'll tell you because it's been everywhere. But anywho, the last time we got a win on the road was against the Stankin' Aints. Andy Dalton was the quarterback for them at the time, and we had Sam Darnold, January 2023. But today we win again. So, let me find this little fact here because y'all were not trying to tell me what we ain't gonna do.
Find the fact. There's been quarterbacks that have thrown
over 300. Oh my goodness!
Hey, what's the 300 then? What's the 300? You tell me because it's been all over the news. Let's look.
What are you talking? The last time Dalton won the game with the Panthers, he threw a 300. That was how many years ago? He threw for 300.
No, that's not what it is. I'll tell you one moment. I'm pulling it up right now.
Right, you pull it up, Sonia.
Y'all didn't watch the game because y'all both, Giants finally eked out a win. Saints got their one win finally. Thank God.
That is not.
Was it a whipping?
We watch every.
We lost by 3 points.
We lost. A loss is a loss.
Would you want to do a whipping? Because we gave y'all a whipping. We took y'all to the woodshed.
But we ain't no, y'all, whatever. You got all your points off for the whole season.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Here's a homer who was just saying a week ago that Carolina would be lucky to win a game, blah, 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 blah. And so now they win 1 game. They win 1 game. And here comes the overreaction. You won that game, so congratulations. But let's
So no, I'm really only just hyped up because everybody in the league has made the Panthers their business. Like even when we weren't talking about it, they were. And so we're coming, like, for the whole freaking league. Anybody that has something to say, look out if you're on the schedule. That's what I got to say.
So you think now that you guys are a playoff team now?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But I'm looking up this stat for you real quick. And you guys can feel free to get your fingers ready for Google.
You do that. I don't have to Google. We cover every game, Sonia. We know what the quarterbacks do. Anyway.
Okay.
So the Lions did beat the Cardinals 20-13. Let's see. Goff has 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Montgomery runs for 106 yards. Amon St. Brown has 7 receptions for 74 yards and a touchdown. Kyle Murray throws for 205, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was a leading rusher. That's a problem. When your quarterback is leading rusher with 45 yards, that shows that the Lions clamp down their defense on these guys here. So the Lions are now 2-1 behind the Minnesota Vikings. So there you go. As far as that goes, and Minnesota Vikings are undefeated right now. Believe it or not, Rams have just gone ahead of the 49ers 27-24.
Crazy.
Holy.
How much time left?
That's 2 seconds. It's over.
Oh,
the Rams
game's over.
Okay, excuse me. Can I go ahead and give you the facts now?
Go ahead.
So maybe I misspoke, but to me, it's the same thing. There is only 1 player in the NFL this season with 300+ pass yards and 3 pass touchdowns in one single game.
With 3 touchdowns? Okay, with 3 touchdowns.
With the 3 touchdowns, yes.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, don't come for us because we're ready.
Yeah, but you did it against the Raiders. Let's not get too excited.
Yeah. But the point is, so this is my theory. You're not going to steal our joy.
I'm not trying to see your joy. I'm trying to tamper you down. Sonia, I don't want to see you all upset next week. I want you to keep it tempered. All right?
Okay.
Just keep it tempered. If you're 2-2 next week, God bless you. But if you're 1-3, I don't want you.
This is not really for you, Mac, at all. It's for James because they put up there. I just want to make sure you know this is not for you at all, Mac. So please accept my apologies. This is straight for James and those stinking New Orleans Saints who could have sat down and they tried to run up the scoreboard on us. And so as a result, you have scored all the points y'all gonna really score for the whole season.
Wow, she's all over you. Listen, it was a great game.
Nah, we were all over them.
Yeah, well, I know.
We're all over them.
Listen, oh, this is beautiful. I love this.
15-12. Come on now.
Y'all still got 8.
No. We ran over y'all. We ran over the Cowboys, and we lost this game. 2-1. We took it out.
We had 2 L's, and 2 L's today made us what? A winner. Okay, but you're a loser.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, we've talked about Derek Carr. Jack has talked about Derek Carr at length. Right? He'll have 2 good games, then he'll have a bad game, then he'll have a couple good games, then he'll have a bad game, then he'll have 2 bad games. I mean, Derek Carr is not a Super Bowl type quarterback. If he has people around him, he can win, right? And I think the Eagles are one of the favorites to go to the Super Bowl for the NFC. So, I mean, listen, they played it was a good game. It was kind of sloppy, but when you got a Saquon Barkley that can break one 65 yards at any time, and I don't care who you're up against or who he's playing, you got a weapon there, and it's about time that they again went back to him and let him run with the ball. So, listen, I think the Saints played a good game. I'm happy Carolina won. I really am. Trust me. I don't like anybody being at the bottom. We're not the greatest team either, Sonia. So I feel for you, right?
I know. I never get a chance to come on here and be hyped up. So I just had to do it.
All right. Hey, good. Enjoy your win. I love the jersey. Enjoy your win, Jay. I will get back with you.
Jersey. It's Cam.
Yes. There you go. It's a good looking. It's a good jersey. It's good color. Yes, your Washington Redskins beat us. But we didn't have a field goal kicker. Now, that's not an excuse. That's the truth. If we had a field goal kicker, I don't think you guys would have won. But, hey, congrats to you. We'll see what you guys do tonight. Is it tonight? I think they're playing tonight, aren't they?
Monday. There are 2 games Monday.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I think they're playing the Bengals. So I would just you two just calm down there.
Can I ask you guys a question since we're talking down? I want to know because I know you guys will give me the honest truth. Do you think that really the Panthers sitting Bryce down was the resolution for today, or just the Raiders are just not the best team?
No, I think Bryce. No, I think Bryce Young is done with the Panthers. I think he's done. He's all done.
What do you
think?
But
she's wondering, is Andy Dalton the answer for them this season?
I think Andy Dalton was a playoff quarterback. He was a good starting quarterback in his day. He's probably maybe the best backup in the league, at least one of the best backups in the league, right? So I think Dalton, as you saw, stood in the pocket. And if he's going to get hit, he's going to get hit. He didn't run, and he was calm. That's what a real professional quarterback does, right? And right now, Bryce Young is not that, and I don't know if he ever will be. We'll see. I mean, I told you I thought he'd be a bust. I wish the kid luck. I hope he isn't. I hope he does good. I just don't think that he's a quarterback material, a starting NFL quarterback material. Hope he proves me wrong. But I never thought it was. Yeah, and I still don't. The height, the slender build, the confidence, the leadership. There's a lot of things going against him. And I think at the end of the year, he probably won't play another game for the Carolina Panthers, and he's probably gone at the end of the year. And I don't know what to say. So it looks like the Baltimore Ravens are going to win this. Time is running down, 28-25. There's still questions in Baltimore. I mean, they were up 28-6, and Dallas came screaming back. I mean, Baltimore won it, Dallas lost it, but man, we got Dallas Thursday night. So we'll see what happens there.
Baltimore had problems.
Mac and James. I just wanted to kind of follow up on what you said, Mac. I promise I'm not making this the Panthers show.
No, go
But
ahead.
I just want to follow up on what you said. I actually thought the same thing. I've asked Panthers fans in my live right before I came on here what they thought. I think you guys probably heard me repeatedly saying that I just wanted them to train Bryce where he would have sat behind, Dalton. I've said that so long. And I feel like Ian Rappaport came out today and said that Bryce is not done in the league, but he didn't say where he would be. And so the buzz is that Bryce may be going as a backup to the Rams, and they may send Stafford to Miami in the absence of Tua Tagovailoa. I do want to say that that's hype, but you just don't know. I don't think Bryce is going to remain with the team the entire year. I think that if we start, especially if we win like 4 or 5 in a row, it's a wrap. And I really feel like, unfortunately, Adam Thielen went down with a hamstring injury, catching a touchdown pass, beautiful pass, by the way. So hopefully he can bounce back from that. But the offense and the defense looked totally different. And so to me, that's a leadership position. That's the helm of your team. So that's not just saying, okay, Bryce can't do this. That's saying either the players were not playing to their true potential because they just didn't respect him enough for whatever reason, or they just, because there's no way the defense forced turnovers in key positions. And it looked like a totally different team. So wishing Bryce the best, but I definitely appreciate, because you guys actually mirror my sentiments. I'm not trying to bash Bryce. I just feel like he never was the answer for this team.
No, and I think the owner. I mean, listen, if you think about that owner who has changed coaches it hasn't helped the Panthers out since he's been there, and it's just a mess over there. But you have a guy that was a winner, that played backup for Dallas, filled in, and I think, did he play for the Saints too, James? Am I saying that right? Was Dalton?
Yes. And I'm going to say this: when he played for the Saints, he filled in for Jameis Winston. The first couple of games he did great, but then teams playing for him, and he digressed. I mean, he regressed back awfully. So I'm interested to see how he does. I enjoy the win right now, sis. I'm just telling you, I've been with Andy Dalton. I know who he is. Hopefully I don't hope anything, because it's the Carolina Panthers. So, but I wish you
like he was in Cincinnati, like back in those days. But I will say, Mac is right. We've had, I think, 10 different quarterbacks on our roster and 7 coaches, all since Tepper took over. That is horrible. No stability whatsoever. And Panthers fans actually wanted to go ahead and get that minority rule, the 24 board members from each of the teams, to try to get Tepper to force to sell the team, because you're deliberately, just like I said, Daddy Warbucks with big money, and you've already tanked the soccer team in Charlotte. Now you're going for the Panthers. Like, you're killing the revenue and you're killing your fandom. So
yes. And I mean, that's why he decided to put Dalton in, because nobody's going to the games and you're not winning. So, I mean, at least the Carolina Panthers say, well, we got a chance to win now. We got a quarterback that has some experience, and now he starts selling tickets again. He's losing all that revenue. And that's the only reason why he did it, Sonia. He didn't do it for the betterment of the team. He did it so he could make some money. And that's a shame. So let's get to Philly at New Orleans. New Orleans loses 15-12. Barkley has like 215 yards for scrimmage, runs for 114, 2 touchdowns. Colbert has 10 receptions for 117 yards. Hurts scores for 311 with an interception. And as you know, notice they're not interviewing Hurts anymore. They're interviewing Barkley, and I love it. And Derek Carr goes 14 for 25, a touchdown, an interception. Kamara runs for 87 yards, but no touchdowns. So you guys went up against the favorite in the NFC, and James came in. He felt terrible. He said, he's ready to give up, for God's sake. He was so down.
I just rubbed it in.
So I picked him back up. I said, listen, you went up against a Super Bowl favorite and almost beat him. That's good. You'll be back. Don't worry about it. So anyway, that's Philly. Denver, big surprise, beats up Tampa Bay 26-7. Their defense is all over Baker. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Bo Nix goes 25 for 36, 216 yards, runs in for a touchdown. McLaughlin runs in for a touchdown. The rest are field goals. Denver's first win for the year. Bo Nix, as a rookie quarterback, his first win for the year. So congratulations to Bo Nix and that Denver defense.
That win made me feel better.
Yeah. Now listen.
Even though you don't really like Sean Payton to win?
To be honest with you, I'm okay with Sean Payton. I just want to beat him when we play him. We got a Super Bowl with Sean Payton. I can't disrespect a man like that.
Yeah. So they're 1-2 now, and so they're not out of it yet. I mean, them and the Raiders, I think, are 1-2 right now. The Chargers 2-1, and of course the Chiefs have still got to play. Green Bay 30-14 over Tennessee. Willis, again, we talk about this, Sonia, right? You've got coaches that can put quarterbacks in the best position to win. Good coaching can win games for you, even though your quarterback's limited. You got, just like Fields with Tomlin, same thing over here with Green Bay. They let Willis do what he does right. Tennessee, I don't know what they're going to do with Levitz. 26-34, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. They only ran the ball 11 times. They can't run the ball. You got this kid standing back there. He's not as good as everybody thought. They're going to draft a quarterback this year. That would be probably their 4th quarterback, like in 4 years over there in Tennessee. That's a sad team over there right now.
And Levis looked good when he first came, when he was filling in for Fitzpatrick in the injury time. Yes, and then I was like, oh, okay, this is going good. And then like game 3, it was like for every pass he completed, he was throwing the next pass with an interception. And I don't even know. I know they got rid of Vrabel. I don't think Vrabel was the problem. I mean, I think it's clearly a quarterback issue, like you said. I mean, they're getting quarterbacks like clinics over there, and I don't know what they're going to do because this next draft class, I don't think they're as saturated with quarterbacks as this class was. So if they were going to draft a quarterback, unfortunately, they would have had to have drafted this year.
Yeah. Well, you know, Robert Butler's a huge Tennessee Titan fan. He did his mock draft already. He took Georgia's quarterback, so he's not happy. So
okay.
So he's ready to get rid of Levitz already. I mean, but anyway, here's the rundown from the 49ers and the Rams. The Rams go up fast, 14-0, and that's Juwan Jennings playing really good, filling in there for him as a number 1 receiver, pretty him with a couple touchdowns. Then you had Matt Stafford and Kyron Williams, the running back, another touchdown by Juwan Jennings, 3 touchdowns for Juwan Jennings. Kyron Williams with a 3-yard touchdown run, and then they exchanged field goals. Kyron Williams with another touchdown, 4-yard touchdown run, and Josh McCartney hits that field goal with like 3 seconds left. Unbelievable. The Rams come back and beat the 49ers. Unbelievable. Some crazy.
One game I lost in because I had them picked today, and you guys try to tell me, hey, they don't got Debo and they don't got Christian and somebody else y'all mentioned. I was like, Kittle.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, the Rams didn't have their 2 wide receivers either, so you were right too. They didn't have Kupp or Kakua, that was a game of the walking wounded. And as I said, the Ravens just beat the Cowboys. Look at some stats for you. Dak Prescott, 379 yards in the air and 2 touchdowns. He did everything he could that game to win. Derrick Henry runs for 151 yards. That's what happens when you keep giving Derrick Henry the ball, right? Yeah. Jackson throws for 182 yards. And Jake Ferguson, he was hurt but came back in the game, and he was the leading receiver, believe it or not. So Dallas comes way back and almost catches they even had odds. Did you see the game, Sonia, with Dallas?
I saw it. It was on quiet mode while the Panthers were playing, but I was watching it.
They actually did an onside kick. You know how you got to announce now that you're having an onside kick? They did it and they got it. They actually recovered the onside kick, and it's like, holy God, it looks like they might do something here. So anyway, great game between the two. So that's it for getting you guys all caught up. I was going to want to talk to you about, you came in, I was going to ask you about Dalton, what you thought, and yeah, he played a really good game. So we got tonight's game. Who we got for tonight's game, guys? We
Falcons
got
and the Chiefs.
The Falcons and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So Kansas City.
Away free hot dogs and chips to all the Falcons fans here in Atlanta tonight.
And you're not going. What are you doing? You should be there.
I'm going to be studying.
Okay.
And I'm going to be happy with my win because now that my team is winning again, I could just say, yay, Panthers. And,
Right.
let's
So
put it like this. If Kansas City wins this game, the entire South has lost except the Panthers. So
it's true. That's true. So we'll see how Atlanta does against. I mean, Atlanta here's Kirk Cousins again, right? Playing prime time again, and he looked good last week. See if he can repeat that. Kansas City, they're having little offensive problems over there right now, right? They're not scoring a lot of points. The defense and running game, but Pacheco's out. That's going to hurt them a little bit. So we'll see if Patrick Mahomes can work his magic there at the end of the game. But
I kind of hope they don't. I'm sick of Patty Manning.
Atlanta has a pretty good defense too.
Yeah, yes. They do. Jarrett is really putting it up over there at the helm, and they look good with them being healthy, and like you said, Pacheco being out. Even though they're like, oh, that's one player, that is a major position that Kansas is going to have to supplement coming in on the road as well. So
yeah,
to me, the key matchups are going to be the receivers of Kansas City versus the DBs of Atlanta and their free safeties, because Atlanta has a pretty good secondary. So
we'll see if Kelsey,
Youngway needs to get his leg wound up. He's probably going to be kicking a lot of field goals tonight.
We'll see if Kelsey shaves his mustache and
I can't stand it.
Looks like he's ready. Let's see if he's ready to play tonight. He's got to shave that mustache off. He doesn't look intimidating anymore. He looks like
Kelsey for the 49ers. You mean he's already played?
No, Travis Kelsey.
Travis Kelsey. I'm thinking, you're right. Sorry, Mac. I was thrown for a second.
That's all right. You're still delirious from the win. That's fine. Don't drink after you watch the game, Tony, please. So anyway, the thing is, he's not intimidating anymore. I mean, if he comes and yells at it, it's like your grandfather's yelling at you. It's like it doesn't matter. He's got to shave that mustache.
But I don't know what Taylor must got him on gluten-free or something. He looks just weird.
I think he is. I think he's not gluten-free, and he's probably drinking protein, those little juices. I don't know. I know what's going on. But he's got to change, and he's really got to start playing well for the Chiefs to start playing better on offense. That's for sure. And listen, I would not be surprised if Atlanta beats him. I really won't. I think KC should win it, but Atlanta, this is going to be a close game. This is going to be a real close game.
I think so.
We got that. We got Monday night. We got Jags against Buffalo. Everybody's Buffalo's done. The window's closed. Buffalo done. No, they're not. The window is not closing. The window, as long as Josh Allen is there, that window is wide open. The defense is playing good. Their head coach is an excellent defensive coach, and people forget that. That's what he's great at. As you saw against Miami, he's going against the Jags. Trevor Lawrence. We're going to see can he win a game for him? Can he come from behind and win a game? I mean, can he win? I don't care what his stats are. Can he win a game? I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, the +5 for the Jags. I think Buffalo wins this.
Yeah, I definitely think Buffalo wins this one. I'm going to be honest with you, Mac. I've noticed a trend. Every quarterback that has gotten paid are either injured or losing right now. Just look at the Jordan Love fiasco. He's out. Now you got Dak Prescott. They're still losing. Trevor Lawrence. They're still looking subpar. Like every major quarterback that was battling over contracts and money, and CeeDee Lamb held out forever. And Dallas is still losing. I'm just like, and hi, Tara, Pantherette. I shared this to my streams tonight, by the way, guys. I just feel like, the teams that are not fighting like that over money, they're the ones getting wins.
Yeah, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. Josh Allen's like, I'll get mine later. Exactly. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes restructured his quarterback, so his contract, so down the road he'll get paid. Right now he's not worried about that. These guys are winning, and the ones that are, that are up there getting their contracts, Dak loses tonight. You're right. You're 100% right. So we got the Jags in Buffalo. Then we got Cincinnati against the Bengals. They're playing each other, so they should win or lose. Well, they'll do both. Anyway, the Commanders. So the Bengals, we play the Commanders. The Bengals, I think, are too much for the Commanders. Their defense, but that young quarterback over there, I respect. He's a competitor. He'll run, he throws well. He doesn't get in the end zone, but he's got to start doing that. That's what he's got to start doing. And once he starts getting that ball in the end zone with the Commanders, they'll start winning games like they should win. And listen, if the Commanders win, right, they'll be 2-1. They're going to be tied with the Eagles for first place, and we're tied with Dallas in second at 1 and 2. The Giants are only one game out of fourth. I'm happy. But anyway, I mean, think about it. The Commanders will be ahead of the Cowboys if they beat the Bengals tonight.
Dang. I hope.
Wow.
Right?
It's the beginning of the season. We still got a long way to go.
I know, but
Spoken like a true loser. Oh.
Huh? What'd you say?
Spoken like a true loser.
Yes, missed 1 and 2.
They're only one game behind you guys now.
That's true.
No, two games. 2 games.
Well, you're 2 games behind who?
No, she's about the same. No, it's 1.
Oh.
We're 2-1.
Yeah, you're only 1 game behind. You're
One
right
game
there.
behind.
Sonia, your Panthers are in second place.
You have to find a way to wear something Panthers every day to school.
Oh,
this week.
my
Like
goodness.
I'm literally probably just gonna wear jerseys all week.
Yes, that's true. I that would be a good idea.
Folks gonna get sick of me.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. So anyway, yes.
Mhm.
So anyway, looking at wow. I mean, this was just what a game this was. Chicago got the Colts. So that's how is that how Chicago got? That's how he got so many yards. He threw up a Hail Mary.
Did
That's how
Chicago
Caleb
end up losing for real? Because I
Yeah,
saw them coming back.
Yeah, they lost. They ended up losing.
Yeah, they
No,
are.
only one of those plays was a Hail Mary.
He's throwing Hail
lit the whole
Marys.
game.
Come on, dude. He's not.
He lit
he's
up
just
the whole
throwing
game.
things up,
He threw one Hail Mary.
closing his eyes, throwing the ball up. I mean,
Yes, praying for it to go right. Praying.
Sis, you don't throw up 363 yards and pray it go right. Come on.
He had his
And
eyes closed.
2 TDs. He had 2 interceptions, mind you, but 2 TDs too.
yes, against the Colts.
Tipping of the scale.
Against professionals.
Yes,
Touchdown.
This is a rookie. This is a rookie, mind you.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, well, no one gave Bryce the rookie card last year. You guys
I did. I did.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
did, James, but Mac didn't. He
I
despised
didn't.
him, and Jack
I'm-
didn't either. And they
Oh,
went
Jack,
in.
well, Jack did. Jack likes Bryce Young.
Jack,
Yeah,
liked
Jack-
him, and he felt like for the team, and like now it's all coming out, that he wasn't. I mean, and let's be honest. I mean, I hate to say this because there's nothing that Bryce can do to control this. Bryce is like 5'4". And then they found out that his girlfriend broke up with him. They had her on a jumbotron with some dude from the Eagles that she's dating. And
Is that
that's
true?
why- yes, they put still shots up, and that's why she was acting like she didn't want to be on there. And they did a side by side of her going to practice with him last year, and they were like, "Hey, no girlfriend on the practice field," but she was there anyway. And now she's with some dude I can't remember his name for the Eagles.
One question: was it the kiss cam? Did she have to kiss him? Was it the kiss cam?
No, it wasn't a kiss cam, but they had it close enough. She was just like, yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering if it was a kiss cam because that would have been great. I would have loved that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was talking, right? I was talking, and we got our giant show on tomorrow called the Big Blues Brothers show tomorrow, and I was thinking, here, Daniel Jones coming off a major injury. I mean, neck injury, might have had to retire. He's finally starting to work his way back. But everybody's giving him guff anyway. Oh, he stinks, he sucks, blah, blah. Aaron Rodgers comes off an injury and he plays good. And they're like, oh, Aaron Rodgers is the greatest. Yeah. Listen, Daniel Jones just threw for as many touchdowns as Aaron Rodgers did, right? And he threw for almost as much yardage as he did. But Aaron Rodgers is great, and Daniel Jones is a bum. I don't get it. I
can't stand Aaron Rodgers, and you're absolutely right, Mac. And then Aaron don't even want to hug his own head coach like the game went. Dude, get your 50-year-old behind self off the field. We're sick of you. I don't know. Aaron Rodgers, he's probably got rods all in his feet so he can perform and get some steroid shots and everything. And kudos to Daniel Jones for hanging in there because I know it's been difficult for him as well amongst the fans and other teams. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers is sickening. Go Daniel Jones.
And they were just showing that catch that Neighbors made. He's really going to be a keeper. Guys, we got to get going. So thanks for stopping in. We love having you. You brought some excitement to the show. It's great. And of course, your insight to Carolina Panthers, because you actually watch every game, you're involved in it. So you tell us a couple things that we don't know about the Panthers and the girlfriend story and everything. I mean, we got coverage of the Panthers today. It was great. James, good job as always, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great one. And if you're going out tonight, be careful. Have a great one. We'll